guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm going to show you how to print a PDF sewing pattern out at home. So a typical sewing pattern that you would buy at, say, Joann would look like this. It would be in the envelope and all the pieces would be put in here. But nowadays, with indie patterns and all these other new pattern designers coming onto the market, you can buy them online as PDFs and they will be sent to your email address and you can download them instantly. It's pretty awesome and makes sewing so amazing because then there's all these different patterns out there. So I wanted to show you a quick way of how just to print it out at home and how easy it is. So here I have the email pulled up on my laptop. So they sent me this email and it has my downloads. So this pattern specifically is from Chalk and Notch Patterns. I'll put links down below to pattern shops that I like. I'll probably do a whole blog post of different pattern shops that I really love and enjoy shopping from. So this is just one of them, and some of them look a little different, but usually they'll just send you a download. And sometimes I've seen them all in one, but I like how Chalk and Notch does it because they separate everything. So you have the tutorial in one spot, the pattern to print at home in one, and then you'll see the copy shop. There's a US copy shop and an A0 copy shop. Those are for if you want to send them somewhere. So we'll just click on the MIDI pattern right here. And it should instantly start downloading to your computer. So once it's downloaded, mine pulls up as another tab. So then I just click the download tab over here and I'll save it to my desktop. So I already have it saved and I save it as a PDF. And then once I pull it up from my desktop, it opens mine in Adobe Reader. If you don't have Adobe Reader, it's free to get online. I'll put a link for it down below. But if you don't have it, it will also pull up, since I have a Mac, it'll pull up on Pages. But I like using Adobe Reader because that's what the pattern is fit for. Especially if you're sending it to a printing company, you want to check it on Adobe Reader. But when you're printing it at home, it's just easier to do it this way and you know everything looks right. So here's my pattern. Let's go to the first page. So here's the first page. And it just starts right out with all the pattern pieces and shows exactly what I need. So for this, you can go to the view, and this is a really handy tool that a lot of pattern companies are using nowadays. And so you go to view, show/hide, and then navigation panes, and I go to layers. Now this could be different on different computers, but then it shows you the different sizes over here on the side. And if you click the little eyeball, it will get rid of the sizes you don't need. So I actually don't even know what size I am right now. So let's say I'm a size 12. So I'm going to take off 14, 16, 18, 10, all the sizes except for 12. So then when it goes to print, it's only going to print size 12 and I won't have to cut around or cut out all of these other ones and waste the ink. So that's a really nice feature that a lot of pattern shops are doing now. Some don't offer this feature, but most of the newer ones are. So that's really nice. And they'll tell you before you buy them usually. So once I have that marked, and you don't have to do this, you can print all the pattern pieces, all the sizes out if you want to. So once I have it done, then you just go to File, Print, and make sure everything looks good. You want to make sure it's on custom scale 100%. You don't want anything different. You don't want to like fit to size, actual size, anything like that. My page is actually too long right now, so I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so I fixed my page size so that it's US letter. That's usually what they're printing at. And then I did auto portrait and landscape because before it was just on portrait. So once you have, it'll look like it fits even. But I would suggest running a tester page at first. So just keep yours on letter, auto portrait, 100% scale, and then hit print. And it should go straight to your printer. Another nice thing that most pattern companies are going to do as well is tell you what pages to print for your size. So this one you are printing, depending on what view you're printing, all of those. But sometimes for the different sizes, and this goes especially for children's clothing, it will show like 0 to 4 is some pages, and then 6 to 10 is other pages. So that's really nice because it'll save on ink and paper, and just make it a lot easier for you to print. So pay attention to stuff like that. Now here I have my pattern pieces printed out. This is actually a different pattern, so don't get confused. I didn't want to wait for the 54 pages to print. So I'm going to show you now how I'm going to put it together. And it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So for this one, this is one pattern piece. So I actually don't need to piece it together at all. This is a pocket. So I can cut out the pieces that I need. I'll probably just keep all the sizes in case I want to make them later on. So for this pattern, these two pieces, you can see this one has a G, H, sometimes they'll go by numbers. So this specific company, this is Peekaboo Pattern Shop, they do letters. So they'll usually show on your PDF how the pieces will fit together, but another thing to look at is they'll go alphabetically or numerically in order as well. So you'll see they have a point where you can match them up. So I'll take my scissors. Make sure you're using paper scissors and not your fabric scissors. You don't want to dull those out. Cut that line off, and then I will match up the circle. And you want to make sure that the circle matches up. And of course your lines are going to match up for this specific pattern piece. And then I like to use tape. You could use glue. I feel like tape is just so much easier, quicker, and more accurate. So, and I like to tape it really well so that I can use these over and over again. So I have those pieces done, and then I'm kind of am working backwards. So I'll have F as my next piece, and you can see once those are taped together, that's actually going to finish off this pattern piece. So this is for an art smock, so one of those just covering up their clothes so that they don't get dirty, and this is the front piece. So you'll see, if I can move it, there we go. Once that's taped together, there's the other piece, and then I'll be working on the other pieces. So E and D will match up, and you just keep matching those circles up. And sometimes they'll match vertically, sometimes they match horizontally, and sometimes it's both. Especially for adult patterns, they're definitely going to be doing horizontal and vertical matching. Another thing on your pattern, once you have it printed, you want to check. They'll have a square that has a number of inches that you need to check, and make sure it is the inches that it says. So like this one says 2 inches obviously, and my seam gauge is at 2 inches that way and 2 inches that way. So now I know that it was printed correctly and it's the right size. If you have any worry about the sizing being different or wrong, check the square and that will tell you if it printed correctly. Now, once you are all done piecing your pattern pieces together, you're ready to put them on your fabric and cut out your fabric. I hope this tutorial helped you guys out and made you feel a little more comfortable printing PDF sewing patterns at home. It's super quick and easy and just a lot of fun, and so many patterns are out there nowadays that there's so many options. So I'm also going to be posting a video on how to send the patterns to be printed at a printing shop. So I'll put a link down below once that video is up, and you guys can check that one out as well. That one's really nice because they do all of that printing for you and there's no taping. So it's kind of whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. If you want to see more tips and tricks and my everyday sewing life, make sure to check out my Instagram at My Sew Bliss, and also make sure to sign up for our email list, which I'll put a link down below for that as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!